Welcome to the Jerry's Movie Review channel. I am Jerry. Today I am giving a summary of the movie Asteroid City. As always, remember there will be spoilers. Max Fisher, the conceited and troubled co-protagonist of Wes Anderson's 1998 second film, the beloved and enduring Rushmore, had many boasts in his arsenal, one of which was "I wrote a hit play." Fisher, an academic failure and a tenacious can-do guy, was staging in adolescence so he wouldn't have to deal with its challenging aspects, one of which was the emotional pain of losing his mother. You don't need me to tell you that Wes Anderson's films are very stylized, or that many critics have argued that his use of style sacrifices emotional realism. Rushmore, which came out 3 decades ago, is his best example of a director striking a balance between striking visuals and sincere melancholy. It's a personal preference. The energetic neatness of Anderson's frames have never made me feel uncomfortable. And in my opinion, Asteroid City, his most recent film with cinematographer Robert Yeoman, is among their best-looking productions to date. It has a significant emotional influence as well. Imagine a beautiful butterfly landing on your chest and then pressing its piercing pincers into your heart. Conrad Earp, a fictional dramatist, is one of the main characters in Asteroid City and is played by Edward Norton. We realize that he has actually written more than one successful play. Taking the style of a TV documentary in an unidentified year, perhaps post-Eisenhower, undoubtedly prior to Vietnam, in the United States of America, this movie opens in beautiful black and white and square Academy ratio. My wife and I discussed my potential reactions to the movie before seeing it, and after considering Anderson's previous works, we pondered the question, voiceover or no voiceover, which received the response yes and no. Bryan Cranston, who is dressed to impress, narrates the fake documentary and relates the tale of the Carter Earp play Asteroid City, which Anderson and crew present here in exquisite color, widescreen, and cinematic brio. Well, if that sounds confusing initially, it's not. The most brilliantly designed and skillfully carried out of Anderson's anthology/nesting multi-narrative films is his most recent one. In Earp's play, a sort of space camp is located at a remote meteor crash site in the West. The location is stunning geographically and geologically. The orange of the desert and the cloudless blue sky provide the visual equivalent of eating a creamsicle on a bright day, as well as in terms of building layout and design, as Anderson's locations for all of his films have a tendency to be. There are no unnecessary elements, whether it's the copy on the cafe front or the displays on the vending machines. The U.S. government, as shown in its most benevolent light by Jeffrey Wright's General Gibson, is going to steal a number of academically bright adolescents' futuristic inventions, one of which is actually a disintegration ray, at the space camp this small not-quite town is holding. Each of the bright kids brings their own drama. Jake Ryan plays Woodrow, the oldest child of war photographer Augie Steenback, Jason Schwartzman, who hasn't yet informed the teenager or his 3 little girls that their mother has been deceased for 3 weeks as a scholarship competition gets underway. Woodrow, who is affectionately referred to as Brainiac by his mother, immediately and, of course, awkwardly, feels a connection to Dinah, Grace Edwards, a fellow junior stargazer and the daughter of Midge Campbell, Scarlett Johansson, a movie star whose devotion to her craft is matched by her free-floating melancholy. Other stargazers have various problems, such as Ricky Cho, Ethan Josh Lee, who has a healthy distrust of authority, and Clifford Kellogg, Eris Tumian, who feels compelled to defy grown-ups by performing foolish antics. It's amazing how effortlessly Anderson weaves characters and their peculiar quirks into a story that never loses steam. The film buzzes and bubbles for the entire 105 minutes. Not 1, but 2 visits from an alien spacecraft break the human drama of the Asteroid City segment of the movie, in which Augie, his father-in-law Stanley, Tom Hanks, and the Steenback children, among others, are coping with terrible pain. Nobody's concerns are solved by the discovery of sentient life elsewhere in the universe. Instead, it forces them to remain in the desert for at least another week. Augie and Midge exchange glances as they peer out of their respective cabin windows, and Midge draws the following conclusion: we're just two catastrophically wounded people who don't express the depths of our pain because we don't want to. In a half-mysterious, half-quietly frank style, Johansson is absolutely alluring, and Schwartzman's performance is revelatory. The actor, who originated the role of Max Fisher and has since appeared in almost all of Anderson's movies, displays a new level of maturity and seriousness in this role by portraying a vulnerable man rather than a stunted kid. Because of the nature of his role, he also plays the actor playing Augie. An actor-playwright Earp is initially hesitant to cast. He is able to establish two distinct romantic affiliations, one definitely, the other possibly, which makes his performance both more difficult to pull off and more enjoyable to watch. The action in the movie eventually focuses on the trite but ultimately important question: what is the meaning of life? There is a ton of action in the movie, all of which celebrates the joy of creation, performance, and human ingenuity that pursues a cosmic splendor. Of fact, the film does not state the question so clearly. Here, it takes the shape of the declaration, delivered as a plea: I don't understand the play. The devastating question, am I doing it right, then follows. Asteroid City shows a stunning gallery of individuals in diverse forms, acting out art and living life as they see fit. It's an original creation, yet I could hear echoes of films like Citizen Kane and Our Town throughout the entire thing. But by the conclusion, I could definitely make out the voice of a different master. When I suggested the movie to an old acquaintance, I reminded him that Asteroid City was analogous to another outstanding cinematic celebration/examination of performance as life, and life as performance, Jean Renoir's The Golden Coach. It really is that good. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.